In this video, we're fixing up this little Miata to get it ready to sell. So if you've been following the channel, you know that I'm super into automotive marketing, pretty good at it too, as you can see here. Anyway, I was enlisted by a friend to help get this thing ready to sell. So as you know, if you've been following the channel for some time, I'm pretty good at automotive marketing. I'm super passionate about it. I help teach others how to start automotive marketing businesses, and I'm known to be pretty good. Anyway, with that, we have the Miata here today that's in really rough shape. Definitely not the condition that you want to sell a car. So I decided I'll bring the camera, I'll document the process, and I'll show you how it's done, show you how I do it. So first things first, this thing is, disgusting. Like, real bad. So as you can see, this thing is filthy, absolutely filthy. It hasn't been driven in a long time, so the battery's dead, there's all sorts of issues, and it's just atrocious. So first things first, we have a new battery in the back of the Pre, and we're gonna throw that in right here. Now, while you watch me work, this is done because when you take a vehicle that doesn't start easily or doesn't run at all, and you make it into something that starts, runs, and drives super easily with something as simple as a new battery, you increase the value a whole bunch, disproportionately more than the battery costs. So it's a strategic renovation, it's a strategic modification, or it's a strategic fix. And when you're fixing up a car to resell, like you do in arbitrage, or when you're getting a vehicle ready to sell, as with marketing, then you want to be doing these strategic fixes, and that's what I go over in the programs that I have linked down below if you're interested in learning step-by-step how to do exactly what I'm doing. But I'll continue showing you exactly what I'm doing with this car specifically, just without the framework. So we got the old battery out, and now we need to throw the new one in. So we got the new battery put in. I think we're gonna try to give it a test start. Letting me do the honors, hopping in, and hopefully it goes. Sweet, it runs. I didn't get the full reaction, but what are your thoughts on the Miata?
I think the shift now will really clean this thing up. That's the only thing wrong with it, not the...
Nothing else.
This is so crusty.
Look at this. Now you can actually see just how filthy this is. saw how it looked before, now this is how it looks after a completely different, completely new car. I mean, these wheels got shades and shades lighter. The paint looks completely different than it did before, and this is much better. Is it perfect? No, there are still imperfections, but for what it is, a $5 car wash, you cannot complain at how much better this thing looks. So now that we have this done, we're going to head home, get the headlights polished, get the interior detailed, and then maybe get it listed. Walking up to the fresh and clean Miata, where the interior is far from fresh and clean. So that's what we're tackling next, with some Meguiar's, some microfibers, and we'll get this thing looking fresh. So now it's time to tend to this interior. We'll just use the Meguiar's Natural Shine as well as some microfibers. No sponsorship, just my favorite product. Super cheap, you can get it anywhere. And we'll get to it. So after a long, maybe 5 minutes, I would say, we got this interior looking a lot better. Is it fully detailed? No. But is it much cleaner than it was and ready to be sold? Heck yes. This is not something that I would be opposed to getting in, sitting in. It looks like it's been taken care of and cared for in a different way than it did before. So we got the NB running and super clean, but after a few days and a few dozen miles on the thing, the check engine light came on, unfortunately. So we decided to look into what that was and possibly fix it prior to the sale, because in California, you need to have emissions done, your car smog legal, and have that smog in hand to transfer to the new owner. So with that, if there's a way to address that problem, get that check engine light off so that it can pass smog and be sold to a retail buyer instead of someone disclosing as it won't pass smog and it won't be able to legally drive, then that's way better. So we ran the code. It turned out to be an O2 sensor. And I know, everyone always says, oh, it's just an O2 sensor. But after replacing the battery and putting a few dozen miles on it, driving in different conditions, that's when the readiness monitor checked the OBD2 signal, scanned that. I have a picture of the box. I have a picture of the old sensor. It was trash. Now, I don't know if there were more problems that were causing that O2 sensor issue. Anyway, I replaced the sensor, super easy, in the garage. I wasn't filming, unfortunately, so I don't have any content visually of doing that. But got that sensor changed, drove it some more, got passing smog. So we were able to take this from a filthy, not even running and driving Miata to a running and driving, pretty darn clean, and smog passing, ready to go, NB, manual. So it's worth a whole lot more for investing a few hours and a few $100 in between investing parts in and all of these other things. So I wanted to make this video to highlight and showcase how you can make money with something like this. If it's your car that you have just sitting out back that you're getting ready to sell, it may be worth investing the time and effort into so that you can sell it to a retail buyer for top dollar instead of just offering it to a scrapper or someone buying it for pennies on the dollar. In the same light, you could pick up this Miata from somebody who just doesn't want to deal with it, doesn't have the know-how or the time. They don't want to allocate the time towards it. And with these few simple things, drastically increase the value. Now, I don't know if you saw in the detailing portion of this video or the cleaning, the soft top was still bad, so there were still things that could have been done. But for my instance, especially being in sunny SoCal, we elected not to do that and instead just discount the price, because even though you can score these soft tops for a pretty decent deal on eBay, they are a bear to put in, and that is not something I wanted to do, valuing my time in the way that I do. So with that, that's what we did to get this Miata mint again, making it super nice on a budget. With that in mind, if you want to learn how to make automotive money, click the link down below. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to stay up to date with future content on the channel, be sure to hit subscribe. And with that in mind, I will see you on the next one. Peace.